there's a reporter, and he goes on and on and on for about 2 minutes listing all of the terrible things going on in Canada when it comes to violent crime and putting it to Chrystia Freeland like, hey, what is it you guys are going to do about this? Like, you said it was going to get better, and it's worse than it ever has been in basically recorded history. What's going on? This is Chrystia Freeland's response. Check it out.
Is the federal government aware of the impact of the violent crime and gun crimes are having on communities, and what will be done about it?
Thanks for the question. Look, violent crime and gun crime are totally intolerable, are totally unacceptable. And very often it is the most vulnerable among us who are the targets of this crime and whose lives are made really miserable, really scary by the prevalence of this crime. And it is absolutely incumbent on all orders of government to be working together to end violent crime. I do want to highlight, because you've spoken about gun crime, one of the things that makes gun crime possible is guns on the streets. And that is why our government is acting so decisively to get guns off the streets in Canada. That's why we have banned military-style assault weapons. Why should people have them? They should not. These make our lives more dangerous. That's why our government has introduced a freeze on handguns. These are policies that make Canadians safe, that make Canadian families safe, that make women and girls and children safe. That is why our government is committed to them. And I do want to point out, the Conservatives have voted against those really obvious elementary measures that we need to make us safer.
Well, it's hard to know where to start with that clip, but I found it shocking, even though we see so many clips like it. And I'm just going to start with Chrystia Freeland. You know, this is somebody that has so much experience being a politician, being a cabinet minister, experience in front of the camera, media training, you name it. She was from the stinking media. And yet she comes across as airheaded and wildly incompetent, completely tone deaf, and at the same time, absolutely demeaning. You know, just like, I'm gonna tell you some complete lies, demonstrable lies, and you're just gonna eat it up, and I'm gonna talk to you like you're a 4-year-old, chastising you, almost. Muffin, I know that firearm-related violence is scary and makes you miserable. Like, I know that a lot of people that support the Liberals, especially now, are toddler-like, they're childlike in their minds and their behavior. Don't get me wrong, happens across the political spectrum, but it seems like a lot more with the Liberals. And I think it's almost like the Liberals know that that kind of messaging works for their base. And then, of course, she's talking about their policies on firearm-related violence, that their policies make families safe and women safe and vulnerable citizens safe, making Canadians safe. Nothing could be further from the truth. Like, the truth is, you don't have to listen to gun lobby spin. You don't have to listen to things being twisted around or disinformation or whatever. Just look around, man. For the last 6 years, Bill C-71, 2020 gun ban, handgun ban, Bill C-21, attempted amendments, regulatory changes, mainstream media rhetoric, government rhetoric, slander against licensed gun owners. After all that, think of it from the perspective of the 2020 gun ban. That was 4.5 years ago, man. And Canada is more dangerous, and there's more firearm-related violence than in the history of record keeping at StatsCan. So I think somewhere around the 1972 or something. Never been more dangerous ever. Yeah. Well, guess what? Chrystia Freeland and the rest of them and the anti-gunners and all these doctors, all these weirdos, you were wrong. I don't know if you just can't believe your lying eyes or what. The evidence is clear and overwhelming. Believe the science, all that crap. Canada's never been more dangerous, and any serious expert, including the gun lobby, we have experts of our own too, by the way, any serious, thoughtful expert told the government all through the process, this is not going to do anything, and it's probably going to make Canada worse off. It's going to be more dangerous. This is a bad distraction and a waste of money, you know, creating division in the country for no good reason. Nope. That's gun lobby talking points. Well, guess what? 4.5 years later, more people are dying from firearm-related violence than ever before. More bullets are flying in downtown cores and shopping centers and wherever than ever before. Great work, you people. You did it. It's just shocking how Freeland continues to just gaslight. Our policies make Canadians safe and women safe. Like, man, that's 180 degrees from the truth. So it's just very shocking that our politics in Canada are at this place where all truth, anything objectively true that anyone can see with their own eyes, just forget it. Just ignore it and deny it, and you still have some core of the Canadian public. And I think these are people that are broken. They're broken with the state of politics. It has broken them psychologically, and they're broken from COVID, and they're broken from a lot of things. And people are just like, yeah, those policies, who needs an assault weapon anyway? They just make our lives less safe. Like, just even when they're staring at the evidence, it's pretty wild. Resist that, people. Think for yourself. Is what someone telling you true? And that doesn't even just apply to the liberals. Anybody on the political spectrum. Is that true? That should be the first question to pop in your head. Did those policies make anybody safer? No, it actually probably killed a lot of people. Again, no policy is perfect. Don't get me wrong. There's no policy that's going to save everybody. That's just the world we live in. It's a physical reality. That's what I've got for you for now. If you want to become a member of the CCFR and you aren't right now, you can do that at firearm-rights.ca or ccfr.ca. If you're already helping us, thank you so much for that. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.